It's time to compete. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. And really, I swear, if there's gonna be a day that I'm gonna make this go well, like opening the curtain, it's not gonna be the same. I was saying, hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 39 of the Showerpodcast, the podcast where I'm in my shower and you do you. I'm your host, Chip. And first of all, for the 2-3 people that were surprised that this morning the episode didn't drop at 8 a.m. I want to experiment a bit. Let's say that I want to try to see if I will be able to... You have to give me a moment though. Okay, I moved a bit the camera because it was a bit off. To the power of editing, I hope that this wasn't too much of a problem. So, I was saying that I'm going to try to post the episode, let's say around lunch-ish. Just because I do believe, or at least from what I've seen, it has, or at least it could have a better reach. So, even though, as I said many times, it's not in my direct interest to have this necessarily, go all too well, or let's say be numbers driven. But at the same time, if I can do something to, let's say, improve the reach, why not? I'm not changing the content. I'm just changing the distribution system. So, yeah. Going after this fast premise, also for who cares, super small update around, let's say, my injuries. They are going well. It still hurts, but I'm able to do everything that I want to do. The thing that kills me is the fact that I cannot do anything, let's say, that involves any physical activity. So yeah, I'm a bit stuck at home. I'm not the biggest fan of this, but rest is rest, and I should stick to it. It frustrates me, I'm not gonna lie, so I'll try my best not to, let's say, share that through this episode, but it's there. It's not something that I necessarily enjoy. Now, the topic of today doesn't connect pretty much with anything that we discussed, but it comes, let's say, from something that I've experienced yesterday. And in general, something that I, started experiencing a bit more after starting to play paddle and tennis, let's say in a competitive way. I mean, it's the title of today, competition. And I just wanted to, let's say, elaborate a bit on why I believe that having competitions in your life and competing, be it really in whatever aspect of your life, it's extremely positive for yourself and really should be absolutely, let's say, something that everybody would be trying to do and include in their lives. So first of all, the biggest, let's say, reward that you get from competition is the feeling of putting yourself to the test. It's for sure something that can be achieved also in other aspects. The easiest that I can think of is either school, university, or in general, any kind of place in which you are required to perform in a certain way. And then you'll be, let's say, you'll get a grade based on your performance or the things that were asked for you to do. And this is something that, even though we don't like it, even though in the moment we absolutely hate it, it's, I believe, the only way that puts us in a path of, let's say, really trying to get somewhere, and especially also, let's say, giving it your best, so that once you are faced with the challenge, you trained yourself for that situation and you are able to actually put in practice what you have learned. Because I do believe that sometimes we are a bit stuck in this loophole of learning but not applying that thing, or the things that you learn are not necessarily things that you can put in practice. Whereas through competition and in general, any kind of, again, as I said, activity that puts you to the test, you are able to show off and actually, be rewarded for the effort that you've put into something. And the problem is that indeed we try to escape as much as possible the situations because they are truly hard and stressful on ourselves. But at the same time, these are the let's say the moments in which you do a real step up and you have something, let's say, concrete and tangible to go forward in life. This is again maybe for a more, let's say, career-driven approach. Anytime again that you pass an exam, certification, you do an interview, you are always, one step forward, and there is the need for you to work to be able to succeed in that. But it's kind of, when we talk about competition, it can be also just the feeling of being amongst other people and competing with people that are on your same path, on your same journey. And it also, let's say, lets you learn and improve only even by, let's say, sharing this journey with them. So the moment that, again, I always think of a classroom as the best example, but because, again, it's maybe the place in which I spend more time and I'm more familiar with. But yeah, the moment that you have to pass an exam, the moment that you have to tackle a problem, if you are surrounded by people that are going through your same struggles, maybe they have a different point of view that you can take from them, and you can do the same with them. So maybe you have learned or you have understood something faster than them, and through the combination of these takes, you are able to let's say, have a much more complete view, and you are much more prepared to, let's say, do the thing that you need to do. But in these environments, let's say, when I speak of competition, it's maybe more between yourself and the task that you have in front. It becomes more interesting the moment that you are faced to compete, let's say, really against somebody else. And this maybe brings me in the realm of sports. It is so, let's say, again, I love this contrast between the feeling that you have of wanting to overcome the other and wanting to be better, but also the fear of not being enough and not doing enough. Especially if you know that on paper, you are the favored one, or at least you are the one that has all the tools necessary to succeed or to win. But during that day, maybe your mental isn't there, your physical condition isn't there, and you end up losing because of these things. And again, I do believe it's the only situation in which we challenge ourselves in a manner that cannot be found in other, let's say, realities. And this is why I do believe, and I'm a bit, let's say, not sorry, but I'm a bit sad that I didn't have the chance to do it as much as I could have when I was younger, because I really believe that it shapes your mind in such a way that you are much more comfortable with these situations. And I think that the real key point, as always, or as usual during these episodes, that I want to get to is that if you start getting, let's say, accustomed to these situations of stress, and again, I use the quotes because I do believe this is healthy stress. So it is normal for you to be stressed the moment that you have to compete. It is normal for you to be stressed and worried the moment that you have to show a performance. But at the same time, those are the things needed for you to be able to achieve something. Without that sacrifice, without you putting yourself in a competition, without, let's say, risking something, and that can be even the possibility of failing, you will never be able to do anything. And nothing in this life comes from just looking to do the right thing and, let's say, avoiding any kind of risk. Risk is part of competition, and the more you do it, the more accustomed you get to it, and it also promotes and, let's say, removes the fear of failure, which is ever so present, let's say, these days in any kind of process and environment that we're being thrown into. So yeah, let me know also if, let's say, you agree, you disagree. As always, I'm super open to, let's say, see it as a, let's say, as a normal debate. And yeah, let me know if you have, if you like being in a competition, if you like competing. And yeah, having said that, I think I've talked more than enough. I haven't been paying attention at the time. Let me check. Yeah, we are, let's say, more or less in time with the other episodes. Happy to see that. As always, leave a like, share, comment, anything that you like. If you've made it to the end of the video, let's say it's fully appreciated. And yeah, let me know also if the new time works. I mean, we'll see by the analytics, but let's say we'll try for a week or two to see how it goes. And yeah, I won't go further than this. This was episode 39 of the Shower Podcast. Thank you for listening and see you at the next one.